Hello friends, welcome to my new video. As you can hear, I'm a little bit unwell. As a self-employed person, I'm happy to say that for February I've had a lot of work, but I've also had the kind of a cold. I've been staving off a cold and it's finally kind of caught up with me. So today I'm off, which is lovely, and all I'm going to do today is finish this video and do my invoicing. And by the way, hi, nice to meet you. If you're new to my channel, my name is Kate. I'm Kate Sanderson. I am a movie actress, usually in indie films, and I am trying to get this YouTube channel going. I moved to this house in Essex about a year ago, and I'm trying to do that up too. So my videos are kind of usually once a week, though hopefully maybe eventually I'll get to do more. And I just talk about a mix of things of what I've been doing and how my week's gone. So this week, as I say, I've been doing a lot of work. But last week I was on my way to London to take part in an indie movie. I was on the train, and it was going to be a long journey because it was a rail replacement bus service for part of it, and I got a call to ask me if I'd gotten the train yet and that they'd had to cancel the shoot because one of the actors was sick or they hurt their knee or something. So what I ended up doing was, rather than coming straight back home, I decided to go to Colchester, which was on my way, and have a walk around Colchester and just see what I saw. So I'm going to now put that bit of the video in here. And then after that bit's been put in, I think what I'll do is I'm going to make some pancakes from scratch. I've had a really insanely busy week, so I've missed pancake day, which I'm someone who likes to do things in a traditional way. So I'm you know, if I have the pancakes today, obviously I'm not following Lent, but I hadn't planned to follow Lent in that way anyway. So yeah, I will be making pancakes after this footage of Colchester, which I hope you enjoy. So I will see you in a bit. Quite a murky morning. What will today bring? Although I'm standing beside a motorway, there's like mist over there, and it's really quite magical looking. If it wasn't for all the cars thundering behind me. Well, my filming's been cancelled, so I'm now going to have a little look around Colchester and then make my way home. So yeah, that's disappointing, but there you go, at least I'm up and about. It's just a perfect Sunday morning. Okay, and the lovely weeping willow. I'll get into Colchester, as I'm not expecting today to be like this. I find these slightly tumbly down houses so interesting. They just make me think of like Charles Dickens and stuff. And well, there's Marilyn Monroe on that one. What more can you ask for? It's my morning for seeing rivers going past. It's I don't know, gosh, that tree is like submerged. I mean, it has rained heavily in the last few days, but gosh, that is quite a fast-flowing river. Pair of swans. I think swans mate for life. That's romantic, with Valentine's Day coming up. I popped into McDonald's, even though I'm trying to save money. There's the Friends thing on. So there's a Friends cup, and I think you get bobbleheads if you buy a particular meal. It says Friends, the television series. Just McCafe tea and an egg McMuffin. I must say I'm really hungry. Cannot wait. So they've got these things to do with Friends. The one where you tidy up after your friends, and then let's see, the one where you enjoy organized fun. So Monica coded. Okay. The one where you always have a McCafe in hand. So Rachel coded. Well, for me it's always a tea in hand, but it's cute. This is giving me Friends memories of when I was younger. I think these are my first snowdrops this year that I've seen. I think this is a graveyard. I'm beside St. Helen's Ancient Chapel in Colchester, and I have a feeling snowdrops are traditional in graveyards. Oh, it's a really beautiful day. I'm hoping I can get into the chapel, maybe for a service or something, have a look round. There are these lovely wooden crosses on the door of St. Helen's Chapel. It's supposed to be open, but I don't know. Look at that beautiful old brickwork and the berries. There's a little bit of history here. It says, St. Helen has been patron saint of Colchester for more than 1,000 years. The ancient British story was that her father was Old King Cole of the nursery rhyme, and that she was born in his palace, where the castle is now. Her son, also, St. Constantine the Great, was thought to have been born here and saluted as the flower of Britain, citizen of Colchester. The tradition claimed St. Helen built this very chapel for her prayers. She died in AD 329 and her husband became Emperor of the West. Their son, St. Constantine, was the first Christian emperor of Rome and died in 337 AD. Okay, finally, in her old age, St. Helen is said to have found in Jerusalem the cross on which Christ died. So this is a very special place. I wish I could get in. Maybe they're not open this Sunday. I'll try and go around the other side of the building. Okay, well, I really don't think it's open. The door's firmly locked, but it did say that from 9:30 on Sundays it's open for service. So maybe it just wasn't this Sunday, and then maybe it's next Sunday or something. Anyway, it's a beautiful building, and I'm so glad I found it, and I will get back to this chapel. Good grief. So now, apparently, this is the site of an ancient Roman theatre. One of only 5 theatres known from Roman Britain. The last Roman theatre I was in Verona. So I think we're here in the auditorium. Wow. See, a theatre was built in the Roman city, established at Colchester in AD 49. The Roman historian Tacitus mentioned a theatre in his account of the Boudiccan revolt of AD 60. Oh gosh. It says this theatre is slightly later in date and probably occupies the same site as the first theatre. It could seat 3,000 people and was built to a standard D-shaped plan. Wow. So there's St. Helen's Chapel where we just were. This is St. Helen's Lane. This is the excavation. It's not easy to see, but inside this building, I guess they have information about the theatre and where it was. I've really got to come back one day when it's open. And wow, I love these. I think there's another picture of the theatre, but you can't really see it with the reflections. But how amazing to find this. It says remains of the stage can be seen at the base of the external wall of St. Helen's Chapel, where we just were. Okay, I'm going to go back and have a look. So I've come back to St. Helen's Chapel to try and see the remains of the stage. And there's just cobbles here. But here, there's a kind of stone that's jutting out. Is that the remain of the stage? Of what the stage was placed on? I don't know. I think I should probably do more research and then come back here. That's a bit that's jutting out too. Maybe that was the remains of the stage, of the theatre stage. Oh, it's all so interesting. And I just wish that I'd got inside the St. Helen's Chapel as well. I'll have a tiny look round here. This really is all there is. I mean, that door just leads to someone's house. Okay, so now this is a modern bit. That's not it. Okay. Right. So guys, this is the Colchester Natural History Museum. I don't know if I'm going to go there today because it's not open till 11. But it's just pure Victoriana. A gloomy graveyard and ivy, and it's just my kind of thing. So very happy to see this today. And yeah, it's been an amazing morning. It's just beautiful, beautiful St. Botolph's Church in Colchester. I'm happy to say that I'm going to be able to go to the service. And look at that beautiful arch. Oh wow. Stained glasses, I think from 1837. Beautiful. It's a beautiful sort of angel figure there. rise up to heaven. So I've just been to the service at St Botolph's. It's a beautiful big Victorian church. Because it's cold, they had the service inside a little hall. So I'll look at the priory now. So here quickly is the ruined priory of St Botolph's. I'm going to head home soon. It's just been an amazing morning. I've got to come back here and look round at more leisure. But it's just been amazing. And there's the church of St Botolph's over there. Beautiful, beautiful. Isn't this amazing? So many beautiful flowers. These are the first crocuses that I've seen this year. And they're just stunning. I'm sorry, I keep going past so quickly. Okay, what a lovely day. I think this is part of the Balcairn Wall. I may be wrong. It's a whole huge structure, but I will do in another video the Roman Wall and Colchester's Heritage Trail. It's amazing. What a morning. Hi friends, here we are again. I'm going to now assemble my pancake mix. It's the Delia Smith BBC pancake mix, crepe mix. It's really simple, but I feel it just gets a bit boring for me to go through the process of putting it all together. So I'm going to get my batter together and get the pan ready, and then I will film myself trying to fry the pancakes, which I think is more interesting. And then I'm going to have some tea with a couple of my pancakes. I'm not going to have all the pancakes in the batter, I'll have some tomorrow. And I think I'm going to watch some Leonard Nimoy talking about the unexplained. So let me get my pancake mixture together, and then I will come back to you. Okay guys, I'm now heating my pan up really hot, then I've got to turn it down to medium. And I put melted butter into the pan. I'm only actually going to make a couple of pancakes for myself because obviously I don't need more than that. It's just me eating them. So you heat the pan up to be very hot, and then you turn the heat down to medium, and then you pour in some pancake mixture. Yes. Okay. And now I will try and add a little bit of my pancake mixture. Apparently 2 tablespoons is enough for 1 pancake. So, and you tip it around as soon as it goes in. That looks pretty oily. And then you're to turn it over pretty fast. It's not bad. It looks to me a lot more oily than the crepes I remember my mum making. You know, I just seem to remember her doing things a bit differently. It looks really oily. I think maybe I put too much butter in the pan. Okay, try again. Okay, I'll try again. I've removed some of the butter. I'll try and make another pancake, and hopefully it'll be a bit less greasy. Okay. My mum was a real dab hand at pancakes. I think she actually sometimes would have several saucepans going so that she would have one ready immediately. Get my spatula. I must say this one is looking a lot more like the ones that my mum made. The first one was really, really oily and I think wrong. This is looking much more coherent, like a recognisable crepe. So that's good. Oh dear. Ugh, I'm not lifting it well. Oh dear. Okay, well, there you go. I'm doing my best. It's ugh. I think the outer pancake is looking to me more like a proper pancake, but I've maybe not let it fry enough. Or maybe there isn't quite enough butter on this one. Okay, just leave it for a minute. Ah, now on that side it's looking like a proper pancake. So I'm just flipping around the other side a little bit. Hooray! That to me it looks like it's properly working. Oh wow! Yes, that's good. Hi friends, I'm afraid my camera ran out there as it often does. So here are my 2 pancakes that I've made. I have a little bit of lemon here. I have I've got some caster sugar, and going to have a cup of tea in my spring cup. And I've also got In Search of by Leonard Nimoy, which is up there. I'm going to watch the one about UFOs. So I'm really relieved to be sitting down again. I'm quite tired. Okay, bon appetit.
And held prisoner on board a UFO. Other people have also reported being captured by extraterrestrials.
Hi again. Well, I really enjoyed the Leonard Nimoy program about UFOs, and I also watched the one about tornadoes, which is interesting because I was in that movie Fire Twisters like a month ago. That was interesting. I'm going to watch some more Leonard Nimoy, but now I'm going to put in the footage that I took this week when I was out and about working. I went back to staying in the Travelodge again for the first time this year. If you're new to my channel, you may not know this, but my work often takes me to stay in different Travelodges, which I kind of like. I like the Travelodge. So I'm going to put in that bit of footage now. I'm really glad that I made the pancakes, although it's past pancake day, because my mum was very good at making pancakes. She would always, well, every so often she would make stacks of these crepes for my sister and I, and she would fry pancakes and fry pancakes and fry pancakes, and then she'd really only have 1 or 2 herself at the end. So of course, when we were little, we were able to eat a lot of quite fatty stuff, and it didn't affect us. But the smell of the warm butter and the pancakes frying is reminding me of my mum, so that's been a really nice feeling today. And I do feel that several of the pancakes that I made did look right. I think I did get the hang of it. But the first one was too oily. It was too much kind of like an omelette, but wrong. You know what I mean? So that's really good. So I now will put in that footage of me being out and about, and I hope you enjoy it, and I hope that you enjoy the rest of the video so far. Okay, put it in now. So it's my first Travelodge of this year. It's a nice room. Not much space, but still it's very warm in here. It's got the classic Travelodge poster up there, and a little desk, and let's see the view. Not seeing the view. Okay, it's just a road. Some nice trees over there. Okay, cool. Let's look at the bathroom. Okay, it's small, but it's kind of interesting because they've painted the tiles with this red paint, which I've never seen before in a Travelodge. It's kind of freshened it up a bit. Then I think this bit at the top, the counter looks quite new as well. And then, yeah, they've got the sort of paint on the tiles in here too. So just a shower, no bath. Cool. It's nice to be comfortable. This looks fattening but nice. So I'm in Kidderminster and just had dinner at the Watermill pub. It was fine. I was very hungry, but you know, not the best dinner I've ever had, but the building was nice. And there's a water wheel over there, which if I can remember from the last time I stayed here, it's got no water in it. I might check that tomorrow, but I'm sure I'm right. Okay, time to go to my room. Hi friends, I'm looking a bit sci-fi here. I'm in Kidderminster. I think I've already put in the footage about my room. I'm back in the Travelodge from my work. I'm sorry, this is a plastic bag here. I'm trying to balance my phone on slightly on the ledge of the bed. So it's actually very nice to be working and to be going about a bit again with my work. It's nice that the year feels like it's starting. I will say it's still very cold, and I feel like I've had a really bad cold. I'm not a great one for medicines, but I found that Panadol Extra has really helped me. Last night I woke up and my throat was incredibly sore. It was like it was really swollen and painful. I took a couple of Panadol Extra and I felt really good afterwards. I felt back to normal. So that's been good. I've tried to give myself a challenge this time of being in the Travelodge of not paying for the extra sort of Wi-Fi and just reading or writing or doing something a bit more peaceful instead. And I've found this book before I came away that I had not looked at for ages. It's called The Fairy Faith in Celtic Countries. I think I bought this last summer and I really intended to look at it, but I never did. And I found it to be really interesting. It's written in the Victorian times. An academic, oh, that plastic bag looks awful. There was this Victorian academic, W.Y. Evans Wentz. He went round the British Isles and to different places, and he tried to get first-hand accounts of people who heard about fairies and fairy lore. And he found, I think at that time, it was like 1900, almost 1900, that a lot of people in communities like in Wales, Ireland, their parents and grandparents had a strong belief in fairies, but they'd started to be shy of talking about it because people had started to think it was just nonsense. And with the modern world, people had stopped thinking that fairies could be real, whereas the older people, when they spoke to this gentleman privately, they told him stories and things that they'd heard all their lives. And so it's just really interesting. I love fairies. If you're new to my channel, I'm very interested in fairies and that sort of esoteric things. I just think they're gorgeous. What else? Oh yes, I've got another book about fairies here by Doreen Virtue called Healing with the Fairies. And it's about Doreen Virtue. She wrote a book about seeing fairies and sort of speaking to them. I think she's kind of rejected that belief system now. She doesn't believe that, I suppose she now doesn't feel that she did see fairies, that it wasn't true, and her Christian beliefs go against that. So I still love fairies, so I enjoy this book, and I'm going to have another look at it tonight. I've not read it for a couple of years. I think fairies are the guardians of the natural world, and I think, that I really love them. So here I have some tear-off sheets from the Louise Hay You Can Heal Your Life. No, is it? Louise Hay's Daily Affirmation Calendar for this year. And here's this today's one. Wednesday, February the 10th. I enjoy moments of silence and solitude. I listen to my inner wisdom. Basically, for every day of the year, you can tear off one of these pages. And I've just found this to be a really good process for feeling like making each day into a day, instead of days just running into one another, which is how I find that time often goes. And here's my nice cheerful diary. I must say, having my diary up to date has really helped. I think last year I had a diary and a planner, but I would periodically lose it because my house was in such a mess. So that's really nice. Let me show you the books a bit more closely. So here we have, The Fairy Faith in Celtic Countries. So we have a pretty kind of nudie fairy there, and taking of evidence in Brittany, in Cornwall, and Wales, Scotland. Now they just went all over the place. They don't seem to have talked so much about England. They did seem to mention some fairies in Cornwall, but the truth is I've not actually looked at it in proper detail yet, but I got this book ages ago and I'm really enjoying it so far. It's very easy to read. It's not kind of all formal and kind of confusing. And then here is my Doreen Virtue book, Healing with the Fairies. Really enjoy this book. Doreen Virtue's got a very easy to read style as a writer. She's very easy to read, so there you go. Here is some hand cream that my friend Sylvia gave me for part of my Christmas present. It's just really nice to have it nearby when I'm away from home. And then here, oops, my hand looks purple. It really does look purple. Oh, wow. Here's my little bracelet that I bought last summer, I think at Bestival. And I've not seen it for ages because it was in my sponge bag that I use for taking away on trips. So it was nice to see that again as well. Right. So I would say it's strange being without the internet because you come to rely on it so much. But I feel it's done me good. Oh, that plastic bag. Sorry, guys. Oh, it's awful. Anyway, I just wanted to protect the notebook that the plastic bag's covering. And it's one I really treasure. It's been very, very peaceful of an evening to just sit and read or do some drawing and stuff. Kind because I'm here for like 3 days, which is lovely. Where was my train of thought going? Yeah, I hope you enjoyed my last video about Picnic at Hanging Rock Day. It's harder for me to keep in touch with my comments and my emails. That's the only drawback with not buying the extra Travelodge Wi-Fi. But I will check it tonight because I have my half an hour. And yeah, this has been a slightly bitty week. As I've said, I've not been very well and I've been traveling a lot for my work, which has been lovely, but you know, it's quite full on. The only other thing I would just say today is that green anorak in the background is hanging up. It's been wonderful. I got it for going to film that movie earlier in January and it's been really useful. I mean, none of my clothes are matching very well at the moment because I'm just trying to keep warm, and I think I could do with buying some new pieces to make my wardrobe go together, but it is what it is, and you know, it is cold, and yeah, I'm just doing the best I can. So I'll maybe try and take some footage of my work tomorrow, put that into the video. Last night last night we went to the watermill, and if I've not put that footage in, I will do it now. Made some nice dinner and we'll be getting some more food later. It's been a bit of a mixed week. So anyway, I will see you maybe tomorrow or at the weekend, and I'll try and finish off this weekly vlog.
The atmosphere there's just amazing. Like,
good morning, friends.
So that's why we're keen to play more. So hopefully another win, and then we can be.
It's nice to have the TV on. Oh my word. These people look so brave. Oh wow. Oh, too much. I've had a naughty breakfast of these Tesco malted milk biscuits. They're very good. I recommend them. Let's see what the tear-off sheet is for today. So we have Thursday, February the 10th. Forgiveness is the healing tool I carry with me everywhere. Okay, forgiveness is sometimes very difficult, I think. Of course, it's very good to forgive, and it's a great relief to forgive. Just some people really seem so randomly cruel in their behavior that it can be very difficult to forgive them. But still, it's good. It is a very amazing thing when you forgive someone. The relief is amazing. Okay, right, on with the day. Okay, here we are, Mr. Either Velociraptor or T-Rex. Please just stay where you are. If I pan across, there's Plodicus. It's a rather gloomy day, but still wonderful to be at work. And well, it's kind of spooky looking. It's so kind of misty, and yeah, it's nice. Hoping that the lions might come out later. That would be nice. So this is called the Africa Lodge, and it's very nice. Maybe one day I will get to Africa. Oh, what lovely lions. One of them's having a wee clean. Hello, lions. Hello. Oh, they're lovely. Okay. I think the lions are quite good at placing themselves where you can't see them very well. I don't blame them. They've got to have their privacy. Oh, they're beautiful. Cookie? Darling, you haven't appeared much in this vlog. Do you want to say anything? This is my lovely cat, Cookie. I've been away from him for the 3 days I was away working. Cookie, do you want to say hello? I think he's ignoring me. I think he's not very pleased I was away, but he is pleased I'm back. Oh, Cookie. Okay, goodbye, darling. Okay. Well, hello, friends. It's the end of the day. I'm sorry this video was so sort of jumbly and all over the place. It's just the best that I could do in a really busy week. I think next week I will have more time at home and I'll have a more thoughtful video, I hope. The Lord knows what'll happen. I'll finish off just by talking a little bit about this book, Candy Bar. It's a book which I talked about a week or so ago, a couple of weeks ago, about this lady who was a striptease artist, a burlesque dancer, and she got involved with someone in the mob called Mickey Cohen. She ended up going to prison, and you know, it's an interesting story, very sad story. It really horrifies me how certain men just feel that women are disposable items, that they are their property. Um, when I read to the end of the book, it became clear that Candy, when she became older, she was no longer so dazzlingly beautiful. Her life obviously slowed down, and in a way that was good, but she also felt somewhat resentful of the wealthy men she'd been involved with when she was young, who really didn't keep in touch with her or offer her any financial support, and that she felt, in a sense, that she was entitled to. And she did go on to write a book of poetry, and it seems like she did make the best of her life as much as she could, which is very inspiring. She slightly reminded me of another lady called Liz Renee, who I've read about, and she was a more sort of normal fashion model, but she got involved with someone in the mob and went to prison. And it's strange. It's as if when women are young and they're very at the peak of their beauty, they have a kind of superpower, but that they're probably not ready to handle it, or they need their parents to help them, support them, whatever. And it can all go really badly wrong. I've been seeing a lot about Jeffrey Epstein this week, and as you may know if you follow my channel, I was reading about Virginia Giuffre's book the other week, and it's just so sad. I mean, when someone is very, very pretty and glamorous, you'd think that's great, that this is going to help their life. They're, probably going to have a better career. They'll be happy because they look so nice. And sometimes it just seems to really go against them. I don't really know where I'm trying to go with this train of thought, but I was inspired by Candy Bar. Her real name was Juanita Slusher. And I was inspired by the fact that she did, I think, the best with the hands in life that she was given. She spent much of her early life being abused, having very few choices. It's sad because her natural born mum arranged for her to have this little room where she could study because she was very clever at school, and her mum wanted her to go to college and stuff. Then her dad remarried. Her new mum did not have any interest in her going to college, or was really a pretty neglectful stepmother, and everything seems to have gone downhill from there for Candy, for Juanita. So I guess I'm just going to feel grateful for what I have. I'm hoping the next time I speak to you next week, my cold will have gone. February's been a very busy month. I've been grateful to have work, but I think this coming week's going to be quieter, and I'm quite grateful for that too. So I will see you in my next vlog, and as I again, sorry this has been such a bitty video, but it's what happened this week. Okay, bye bye and have a lovely week.